What the fuck? Did I not set it to... Oh my God. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What is going on here? Don't want green screen. That's cool though. No, I don't. Okay, well, we're going vertical tonight. I'm not restarting that. Deep breathing helps. Yeah. Yeah. How's it going, soldier? Good evening. This is going to be a fun project tonight. I've got roughly 2 hours. That's how long my battery lasts. To build a couple of outdoor tables from scratch. No plans. No real idea what I'm going to do here. Except I've got a bunch of lumber. And I've got a basic idea. I went to Lowe's to pick up some stuff today, and they didn't have anything I wanted. Go figure. Man, this so far 7 coats of shellac, and it's still soaking into it. I wish this would seal. I might have to do a resin top coat. For now, I can throw that over there. I'm not going to do any of that stuff tonight, I don't think. Hey, June, how's it going? Yeah, I wing most of my projects too. I mean, if I get something that requires any kind of real accuracy, then I'll make plans on AutoCAD or Inventor or something. But outside of that, I just kind of wing it. Ah, that's soaked through. It's all right. I'm due for a sanding and a waxing anyway. I can go in that box for tonight. All right, so let me get started here. I'm gonna need to move some crap, but I have got this piece of maple. Maple, not typically the best choice for outdoor wood or outdoor wood projects, but it's this beautiful slab of maple. I actually should have turned this into a full table, but I got this for free. It was donated to me from, oh shoot, that's not flat. That's really not flat. That's gonna suck. We can make do though. I will maybe hand plane that. We'll see. But this big ass slab of maple right here. Carveco Maker and Inkscape blind. Yeah, I like Inkscape for what it is, but it annoys me sometimes. But the same thing with Photoshop and Illustrator. They annoy me too. Like, I'm so used to AutoCAD that I wish every program would operate it like it, and it doesn't, and it gets annoying. So I'm going to turn this slab into 2 end tables. Because I have a lot of other maple that's already mostly surfaced on 4 sides that I can rip down to turn into legs and whatnot. But I'm thinking about 24 inches. And this is 16 inches wide. I think. Yeah, roughly 16 inches wide. I'll probably leave the bark on there. I don't think I want to take that off unless it starts coming off, but it's pretty tightly adhered on there. And then I'll put a resin finish on it. But I'm thinking if I go 24 inches on this, yeah, 24 inches. I should be able to cut this on the miter saw. It's gonna be really close. I might have to use the skill saw. My table saw, I don't. Well, there's no good way to get a straight cut. Like I don't have a sled, and even if I did, my blade only goes up 1 3/4 inches, and this is already 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, my blade would barely cut through this, and as it's bowed on the center there, it might not even. So if I go, I'm gonna fake a live edge on the outsides. So if I just hit it at 24 in a couple spots, connect the dots. La 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 la. Where's my framing square? Hey, what's up, Dad? Whilst you charge your phone, that's cool. That's cool. Real quick before I get going on that. Oh, I got to turn the light on too. I can get one of those ring lights one of these days. But that's what it's looking like right now. I might end up doing a resin top coat on it. But I got that keyhole slot in there. I did one in the center and then I tested it out. Ended up being pretty balanced, so I'm just going to leave the one instead of doing the 16 on centers in the back. And yeah, it turned out pretty nice. But this is already like, I don't know, 5 coats, 7 coats of shellac. It is just eating that stuff up. I probably should have done sanding sealer first, but I didn't think about it. Oh well, next time. Hey, Keith. Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed that first video. Some good stuff. A lot better quality editing than I got going on. On your way to play rehearsal. Okay. Cool. You know what? Because I might be able to cut through this with the miter saw. This bow is going to annoy me though. Really going to annoy me. And my planer is not big enough to handle this. So when I'm done, I'm going to have to hand plane this. That's going to be a lot of fun. But hey, I can sharpen my planes now. My block planes. So that's cool. I don't have one of those handheld electric planers. That would be nice. I also don't have a handheld belt sander anymore, I don't think. Because I could rough it down with that. But anyway, it's fine. I'll make do. The part that's going to suck, though, is... Shoot, I really got to make that true, don't I? That sucks. I don't have any other wide lumber that would work for this project. Well, I do. I've got some black walnut, but it's outside. I'm pretty sure that's bowed too. Like, I don't want to do this and have it, like, to attach the legs to it. It's going to take a lot of handwork. Yeah, that's a good 1/4 inch in the center. So I would have to plane that down too before I ever thought about attaching legs to it. Or I can just leave it as is. That's it's 16 inches wide. Baptism box for your church. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's cupped the whole way down too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I go ahead and cut that and then try to work it down with a hand plane later? Like I can attach legs to it, which for the legs I've got a bunch of this cabinet grade maple here that I'm going to rip down into probably 2-inch widths, 2.5-inch widths. I might even double them up, glue them together to make them a little bit chunkier. But I was thinking of just making 4 legs, maybe doing a cross pattern on them. Maybe not. I mean, it's going with some wicker furniture, some fake wicker furniture that was donated from Lowe's. So I don't know that I have to get too fancy with that. But I wanted to do a bit on the inside, just a basic box frame just on the inside, and then set the legs just inside of that. So what do you guys think? Should I just go ahead and do this, see what happens? Oh, actually, before I do that, I do have some other stuff that'll work. I've got some cedar. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I got to dig it out. I've got some cedar that I think will work for this. So, down here, underneath this workbench, I have got a bunch of planks that have been sitting there for over a year. They should be relatively flat. Oh, I might have just found my solution. And I can even rip legs out of the cedar, keep it all cedar, which is better for outside anyway. Titties and beer. All right. Love it. Oh, Jesus, this is heavy. Oh, all right, let me throw that back here. Let's see if I can dig out. What is this? Mineral oil? Yep. Okay. Oh, is that the crap? This is the corner I meant to clean out and I haven't gotten to yet. And I'll get to it at some point. Today is not that day, though. But I'm super excited. Oh, there's some bar clamps. I gotta find a better home for those. Maybe I will do some organizing while I'm here. I've been putting my bar clamps, behind the laser, which I need a deep clean. That'll be, I might do a live on Sunday. Because Saturday I'll be gone all day for a marching band competition. You're trusting me with driving the truck again. And I had a big oopsie last year. All right, let's see here. Holy crap, I found my soldering kit. That's cool. Oh, I've got one of those magnetic knife holder freaking things that didn't work. Well, I mean, it worked, but not for what I wanted. All right, so I got a big piece of cedar there. Not the one I want, though. I want the live edge. Big ass chunk of maple. A random cedar board. Okay. Aha, here we go. Here we go. I can split this in twain This here, my friend. Oh, saw blade. I was looking for that. These Irwin 40 teeth saw blades completely suck. I don't recommend them. Diablo all the way. Oh, and speaking of Lowe's, so I went there to get a 4x4 because I got to do some more orders of things that use 4x4s. Yeah, they didn't have any non pressure treated 4x4s. It's like, you got to be shitting me. Yeah, this is even wider too. Oh, I love it. I got this. Shoot, this is probably 4 years ago now. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of wood right there. Awesome. Look at that slab, and this should be pretty flat. Flat enough. Oh yeah, she don't rock and roll. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful slab of wood right there. I'm happy. Mesh identical. Yeah, I like that. You cut it down the middle, plane both pieces through your planer, square up the edges with a joiner. I don't have a joiner. That's the thing. My table saw is not accurate enough to use as a joiner. But this is pure, unadulterated, thick-ass cedar right here that's nice and flat, which is way better for outdoors anyway. Yeah, it's 2 inches thick right there. All right, this is still 16 inches wide. 17 back here. I'm at 19 inches. So only got 32 inches there. I've got another slab just like it though. So because there's this big ass crack running through it, and on the other side it's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna have to avoid that. But I can use some of what remains to turn that into table legs. So what do I got there? 20. I'll just go 24 inches, like what I was planning on doing. 24 inches is a good size for a table. So if I go 24 there, just keep it parallel, not square. I don't care about square for this. 24. I got all that wood to play with for legs. Oh, that's actually like flat. Oh, I'm so happy. All right, let's see what we got here. So that I am going to have to do with my whatchamacallit, my skill saw, my battery powered, which is in the car. I'll go grab that. I'm doing so much prop work that I'm constantly put my tools in my car, back in the garage, in the car, back in the garage. And let's see here. I'm going to lift it up and do it on the table saw. Using the fence and this chunk of wood right here. Yeah, I should be able to do that without hitting the table saw. Hold on, let me go grab the saw. Hopefully I don't have to charge it. That would suck. Where did you go? Where did you go? Come on. Where the heck did I put my saw? It's probably underneath this box. I betcha it's underneath this box. Nope. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. All right. Is that. Put this box of t-shirts back. Now, question is this going to cut through? Should. Yep, she'll make it through. Sweet, I can actually raise that blade up a little bit too. I don't need it full depth there. That looks good. Alrighty, we're in business. Whew, let me check this real quick. I just need 30 more subs and I'll be able to go live. Hey, I'm getting there, Keith. If anybody's on here who hasn't subbed to Keith, please do. His first video is pretty awesome. Elevator is closer to the cut line. Yeah, I will do that, Keith. Now, June, in order to go live on the YouTubes, you have to have at least 50 subscribers, which I don't want to say is easy to do, but it's not that hard to do either. Like, it took me a while to get to 50. And a lot of that, honestly, came from Micah's making stuff and oh my God, Elegant Woodcraft, Dan. The two of them really helped me out with that, a lot, especially Mike. Mike's real good about that. But yeah, if you're on here and you haven't subbed to Keith yet, two dudes, please do. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. I should probably make those parallel, huh? Just to make sure. Yeah, I'll get another one of these boards and do it that way. God dang it, I get stuff falling everywhere. Because, why not? I get another one of those boards. Let me grab one. Maybe I'll be making some sparks. Let's see if I hit steel. Okay. All right. Let's move this crap off my table saw. Let's move the fence. And then take this. I'll tell you what, this is a heavy ass board too. This slab right here. All right. Let's move that. Oh. And then slide everything over. All right. There we go. All right. We are in business. I'm actually got to slide that down. Do it like that. Okay. Again, I don't care about a perfectly straight cut. Let me move this router table. I need to find a better home for that. Don't need a perfectly straight cut. All right, Dad, having fun at rehearsal. Yeah. I wish. Thank you for saying a larger channel. I'm only at 92 subscribers. I'm trying to get to that 100, then I can do a giveaway again. Yeah. I mean, heck, shoot, Keith. Let me see if Sunday, the live that I do on Sunday. If I do one Sunday, let's see. What are the Patriots playing at 1? Yeah, I can do a live Sunday afternoon. I'll do a go live together. Invite you and see if that works. And we can BS or heck build something, do something, do a collab. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see if this works. Now, normally I put a square on here so I can run this straight, but I can eyeball this one. It should be fine. Or not. What is going on there? I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Is that already pinching? The blade don't want to come out. Huh. It's interesting. All right, now I'm going to pry that bitch out. Yeah, I don't know why there'd be much tension in there, though. Like, this is an old, dry-ass piece of wood. And, like, there's no weight on it in the middle right now. But it does have some amount of tension there. Let's, shit, now I can't get the fucking blade out. I don't want to... And you know what part of the problem is, too? I need to lower that blade a bit. That's part of the problem. I can barely cut through. Oh, that's awesome. How the hell am I going to get that thing out? Wedge it? Yeah. Hey, later, soldier. Enjoy dinner. Let's try a little mechanical advantage and see what happens. Shove a screwdriver in the cup from underneath. Yeah. And I've got this bad boy right here. Hopefully, I should be able to get wedged underneath there and not damage anything. No, it's going to bend that. Okay. All right. It's always something. This blade probably isn't the sharpest either. I probably need to replace it. Don't have a spare at the moment. Let's see here. I have a flathead over here. I have a feed there. I just don't know if I can open that up at all. Interesting. I might have to remove the saw from the blade and take that, try to take that blade out without the saw there. There's no bottom to shove it in. Well, maybe there is. We'll see. Yeah. Fun times on Maker's Murphy. All right, let's see what this looks like here. So, yeah, I might be able to... Oh, fuck, I'm going to fuck up the blade. Okay. This is really interesting. There's really no, like, there's no room. I mean, if I maybe jam it in. Damn it! Do I have a way I can do a relief cut on this side of it? Okay. That makes things interesting. Yeah, you built a mini table saw, didn't you? Maybe a jigsaw. Yeah, maybe a jigsaw. Sorry about that. I had to take a call real quick from my wife. The back behind the saw. So you're saying back here? Oh, wait. I got some movement. You're wicked smart, Keith. Matter of fact, if I do that, there we go. I think I can walk it out. Like I've got movement. There we go. Almost there. She's almost there. Installation or removal is the installation. Reverse of installation, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing to this motor. Good thing this is a cheapo from Walmart. Or Harbor Freight, rather. I think I got this on sale, honestly. Oh, come on. You son of a bitch. There we go. There we go. You're almost there. Come on, baby. Oh, just the last tooth. There we go. All right. Whew. On today's episodes of Makers Murphy's Fuck Ups, we jam a circular saw into a board. All right, let's try this again with a slightly deeper depth of cut. And that might have been the problem, is that, well, that and the blade's not perfectly, it really needs to be replaced. That's deep enough there. It's not going to hit the table, which is what I'm actually worried about. Let's go deeper. That's what she said. All right, I'm going to go full depth in a moment. Be right back. I got to get my wife some snacky poos. Make a half cut first. Yeah. I'm scaring you? June, I do some crazy stuff. Safety second, I guess. I got you. Scribe cut first. Relieve some of that tension. Yeah, hold on. Be right back. How the cookies coming, Ella?
Yeah.
Just a wee bit. Just a taste. Just a taste, Ella. Please, 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 please. Just. There we go. That's it. Lily has some competition. What's your journey? Oh, that. Oh, yeah, this is that too. Hello, Kadia. Meow. Go. What? You have cookies. Welcome. I'm on YouTube, so. Love you. Kane, get in the shower. All right, sorry about that, guys and gals. Have a kickback or something? Oh, hey, what's up, Mike? It's not that scary. Jeez. Yeah, I'm trying to cut this huge ass slab with this battery powered radial, or not radial arm saw, circular saw, and it pinched part of the way through in the beginning. So I'm going to try what Keith suggested, and we'll scribe a line first and see how that goes, and then try to copy that line. All right, let's see what happens here. All right. Now I'll go a little bit deeper. I really need my mask for this. I forgot how dusty cedar gets. Holy crap. Yeah, battery powered. You know, I almost grabbed a free radial arm saw and a dust collector the other day. One of my neighbors had it in front of their house for trash pickup. I'm like, oh, I mean, I have a dust collector. I just don't ever use it. I really need to. This was a bigger unit. One of those, I'm pretty sure it's a Harbor Freight one with the plastic bag on it, the freestanding one. Mine's a jet wall-mounted one. Pretty low power, though. But I could always use a second. Anyway, but I was like, I really don't need that. I don't have the space for it. I should have done it, though. Yeah, I mean, one of those death machines. Yeah. Well, let's go all the way. That's what she said. All right. Keith for the win. Yep, I learned something today, Keith. Yeah, I wasn't referring to your mini table saw. I almost want to use this side and just fill it with resin. I think that would. I actually think that would look pretty cool if I filled that crack with resin. But I don't know. Like that would be. Are these the same? Is the same size? 24 inches. That's just under 24 inches because I was off a little bit. But if I filled that with resin and then did a resin top coat, that would be pretty cool. Like yeah. That's what I'm going to do with that. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fill that with resin, which will be Sunday's live. I haven't worked with resin in a long time, but I love it. The only problem with resin, especially a pour like this, is honestly how long it takes to cure and damming this. So I can get a good pour in there, and on the underside of it, like that's going to leak everywhere. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to work. What else is not going to work is cutting this down. I don't think my table saw can do it. We'll find out here in a moment. But let me grab that other slab. Let me grab that other slab so I can cut the other slab. All right. No, Mike, I didn't. I thought about it for a moment when I was at work today, and then I got busy actually doing work, and I completely forgot about it. And then the time I was fucking around at work, I had AI generate me a song for a PowerPoint lecture I'm writing for my students called Atomic Sex Change. It's pretty awesome. It's something one of my students came up with when an atom radioactively decays by a proton turning into a neutron or vice versa. It's a radioactive sex change. Or atomic sex change. I'm sorry, not radioactive. Atomic sex change. I have this list I keep. I used to actually keep it on my whiteboard, and then I was told it was unprofessional, so now it's a Word document. But it's my wall of shame. Things I or my students say that just make me laugh a lot. I own half the list, if not more. But Atomic Sex Change definitely made the list. So I wrote the song and I emailed it to her. She got a kick out of that. All right, so we're going to cut this one down to roughly the same size. All right, let's see here. I want the wider bit, 24 inches. Weigh mine pencil. Yeah, I just mix languages. Sue me. They want me all working and shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got one of them government jobs. So I had to tell, for a while, I had to tell Elon's AI every week what I did the previous week. How I stayed productive. We did that for 8-9 weeks, something like that. It was bullshit. Yeah. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to squirt first, as Keith suggested. And then recut my lines. I'll grab my mask. Holy crap. I love the smell of cedar sawdust, but holy crap, does it get everywhere. Love the smell of it, though. It smells so good in my shop right now. It's counteracting all the shellac I sprayed earlier. All right, let's see here. Should probably have hearing protection on too. This is getting kind of loud. It's not that bad though. All right. Full depth. Keith, you're a lifesaver. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. All right. So this is going to turn into legs and shit. This will be a tabletop along with the other one. Okay. Let this dust settle. Grok is an absolute moron? I don't know who Grok is. Well, Elon's not involved anymore, and they stopped the thing where we have to report 5 things we did the previous week to keep ourselves busy. But they threatened firing people if they didn't do it, and all kinds of fun stuff. Being a federal employee was awesome up until about a year ago. Now it's gotten real interesting. Like, I love my job. I love what I do. Oh, EXAI, yeah. Oh, yeah, we knew that nobody was actually reading this shit. It was just an AI, but that's right. I do remember reading about that. Yeah, I love my job. I love what I do. But it's gotten interesting over the last year or so. I mean, I don't want to politicize anything. I'm not about all the political BS. Let's see if this is going to go up as far as I need it to. Will it cut? Oh, baby. That will just make it through. Oh, yeah. That's going to be fun. And it's not something I can score. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Ripping this down into table legs. But I think, well, let me rip into the strips first. I'm going to do about 2-inch by 2-inch should work. That's good enough for a table leg, right? Perplexity? Never heard of it. I've been using the lowest tier of the paid version of ChatGPT lately, and it's done wonders for me. Although, one thing that pisses me off is I spent a full day this past weekend figuring out the right prompts to get it to make a picture I wanted. And then the file it gave me was complete shit. You open it up and it's just like, what the hell is this? Like the preview it showed me was great. The SVG that it actually provided me was absolute fucking horseshit. So yeah, not too happy about that. All right, do I need to adjust this? No, it's off just a hair. I don't want to do that again, but at least it's off to where is that good or bad? The back end. Oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. I'm going to do it anyway. This is one thing that's pissed me off about this freaking fence is I cannot get it to stay square. Where are my tools? There they are. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, the SVGs it gave me were like, what the hell is this? Canva should have recognized it, I guess, but I couldn't get Canva to open at work during my lunch break. Oh, that's not the right size. It's metric though, right? Maybe this is the right size. Yeah, Yeah, there we go. Now let me get the actual. Oh, actually, no. I think it's the one from my miter saw. I think it actually fits this, if I remember correctly. It does. It has a nice long handle, so I can get some torque on it. There we go. Loosen these guys up. Somebody tell me if I'm doing this wrong. This is the only way I have found that I can square up this fence, is loosening these 4 bolts, making an adjustment to it, and then, because that then gives it some wiggle room, right? I can't find anything else on this fence that's an adjustment. There's a bolt at the end of it, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I'll have to check that out, Mike. Because I like ChatGPT, but like I said, it's got its limitations, especially when it comes to pictures. There's a set screw inside where the pipe is. I'll flip it over and take a look. Let's take a look. So there's 4 bolts here. Those are, again, just for this part of it. And then there is, and I looked it up online. It said to, so there's a bolt right here, but I think that's just for the tension of the rod. I don't think that has anything to do with squaring it up. Because it doesn't look like there's a left to right adjustment there. I don't know. That's what it looks like. Screw here, but I think that's just for this plate right here. And then there's a bolt there, but that's for the rod, the tensioning rod in the middle. And then I got 4 screws here, or 4 bolts here. Maybe that's what it was talking about online. It wasn't these 4 at the top. But that doesn't make sense. How the hell would I square that? I don't know. I'm going to do what I did before and then mess around with it again later. So I put tension on it, and then like right up against my blade. It's probably not the best way to do it, but if it's true to the blade, then it should be true. Should be a true cut, right? Like it's not, like that should make it square, one would think. It's just like on a CNC. Like you're not leveling. People call it, or a 3D printer, right? You're not leveling, you're tramming. And that's what I'm doing with this, is tramming to the blade. Put a little counter torque on there. All right, that's tight. That's flat against the blade. I see no daylight. So hopefully that's a nice flat cut. And hopefully I don't have to do that again. All right. Tangent flanges on the handle side. There was no set screw on the inside. Not that I saw anyway. All right. Ooh, I'm an hour into this, and I haven't got anywhere. All right, so let's see what happens here. When I try to cut this back, let's put tools away. Hey, that's a novel idea. What? Put tools away? No. Never do that. I'll put my mask back on. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud with the mics. Let's see what happens. So I want to take off just enough to take this curve out. Like this side isn't perfectly flat. I don't have a sled, and even if I did, as high as I can get my blade is just enough to cut this 2-edge board, and it's going to be fighting it anyway. I couldn't, if you can find a tech manual, that's great. I couldn't find one. I think I found some videos on YouTube, or I found maybe a Reddit post or something that talked about it. But, all right. Let's see what happens here. I need power. For power, I need to get that off of there. All right. All righty, let's see what happens here. I'm going to put my mask on and my hearing protection. Be a good boy. Mask, hearing protection. So this is a fairly new Diablo blade. Man, am I glad I have that, because that cuts. That's like a hot knife through butter right there. How flat am I? Not very. I still got a wicked curve to that. But I can work that. I can work that. Let's see here. All right, let's be smart about this. Let's take a longer piece so I can maintain constant pressure all the way down. Hey, what's up, Kevin? So I can maintain, so kind of an auxiliary fence. Because there's still a bit of a curve to this, I want to be able to maintain both those edges against the fence through the cut. So that way, I'm not copying that curve as I go. So we clamp this down. Now, this it's not the most accurate way to do this. This board is going to have some imperfections, but it should be close enough that I can at least get a nice flat surface to then work with my actual fence. I'm going to take that back just a hair. Get rid of some of this nastiness. Okay, let's see what happens here. Actually, I'm going to check to make sure that's still true. Yep, that's true. All right. And I'm just eyeballing it here for now. Oh, shit. Come on. All right. That is pretty damn close to flat. Still a little bit of a bow to it, but it's not that bad. All right, let's cut. Oh, but it's at an angle. That's interesting. Why is that at a fucking angle? Oh, because this isn't perfectly flat. That's all right. So I'm going to cut this crotch out here. Actually, I can take this auxiliary. No, I'll just leave the auxiliary fence for now. Blade come to a complete stop. Oh, that's a slab of wood right there. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I can get rid of this auxiliary fence. I think. Yeah, why not? And I want to cut. I want to make 2-inch cuts here. So let's mark that at 2 inches. See what happens. Oh, hey, heading to church. Yeah, cool. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. Hope you enjoy your church service. Praise God or Allah or whomever it is. No judgment. All right, let's see here. So this is 2 inches thick. I'm just going to make 2-inch by 2-inch blocks for legs. We'll see how that goes. Now, I don't know how you guys set your blade when you're doing a cut like this. What I like to do is eyeball it and then take a square. The other way. Against my blade and see if the end of the cut is going to line up to my mark. I'm off just by a hair. There we go. It should, in theory, cut it right where I want to. Oh, you guys couldn't see that because my back was covering. So basically what I did was I took, let me adjust the camera here. I took a square and laid it against the blade. So it was also on this mark. And then adjust my fence until that side of the blade, which is the cut, is going to hit that mark. So in theory, this should work. Oh, shit. I just moved that. Well, I lifted it. I didn't really move it. Okay. Nice and flat. I like it. All right, let's do that again. 1. Should be able to get 4 legs out of this. All right. I don't know why I put that square away. So I'm going to need it again. Hey Jude. Mm-hmm. I know it's Hey Jude, but let me think of that. All right. Let's see here. Put that up against there. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to need that auxiliary fence again. Here's a real test. It's off just a little bit. Huh. That's real interesting. We'll fix that in post. All right. I'm using the auxiliary fence now. I need that. I needs it. I wish I had a strip of aluminum. That would be so much better. But I don't. Gotta work with what I have. All right. Put that down. Does this end up being any better? Not really. It still has that little bit of a bow to it. That's all right. We're going to fix all that in post. Or not. We might just leave it. Honestly, does it matter? No. All right, let's get the square on there. One thing that'd be really nice for this saw is a foot switch. I thought about installing one. Because of where the power switch is located, it's just not in a very great spot. One of my former bosses had done that to his. That's a great idea. All right. Process. Set it. Then cut. All right. Now it's to the point where it's getting a little very scary for my dick skinners. So, time to grab the push block. Repeat the process. And get a push block. Where are you at? You're on the floor, right where you belong. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Space there. Where's the fucking off switch? One thing I didn't consider there was that. I don't recommend ever doing this. Restarting a cut with it already in there. but I've done it before. If you are going to do it, pull your workpiece back before you restart that blade. Trust me. The cedar is a pretty soft wood. It's cutting beautifully. I wasn't worried about kickback there. That's why I did that. Basically, if I was using anything else, I would never have done that. Oh, you know what? I really should do it the other way, shouldn't I? Oh, I need to do it that way. Should be good there. All right, for this cut, do I have enough there? I think I do. Ooh, nope, I don't. Okay. I have enough this way? Just barely. Okay, I gotta be real careful about this. I can do it this way. All right, I got 6 legs out of that. And then a little strip. Time to take a breather. After these messages, we'll be right back. Catch up on this. So, got 6 legs out of that. I got another piece I've got to square up, and then hopefully I'll get the pieces I need from that as well. So I want to build a box on the underside. Get that put in with pocket holes. There we go. My Craig jig. And then attach the legs both with pocket holes to the underside of the table as well as that box underneath. That's how I'm going to attach this. Give me just a moment here. I'm going to catch up on a couple things. So let me know, how I fucked up tonight. Besides the whole circular saw thing. What could I have done better? I'm learning. I'm learning from you guys. Sorry for what? Oh, it's all good. It's all good, Mike. Missed everything. Well, I ripped a bunch of 2-inch by 2-inch boards. Didn't miss much. But I was just saying, like, hey, how have I screwed up tonight? What can I do better? I know scoring those thick ass boards before I go ahead and cut them with a circular saw is one thing for sure. Hey, what's up, soldier? Welcome back. That was a short service. You went to church, right? Isn't that what you said? No, you went to dinner. That's what it was. You had dinner. Well, I hope you enjoyed your dinner. I hope it was tasty. I made ham and cheese croissants for dinner tonight. And I didn't get any of them. All right, Mike, I believe in you. And I love me a ham and cheese croissant. But I don't usually eat dinner. I'm on that Manjaro, and I have to force myself to eat breakfast and lunch every day, honestly. Still trying to lose another 30, 35 pounds. Get down to where I should be. Down 70. Holy shit, Keith. Wow. Congratulations. That's something to be celebrated right there. It's pretty fucking incredible. Falling in Reverse. Why do I know that song? Who sings that? You know what makes me happy? Here we go. I'll go. I'll take a short break here. I'm a 90s kid. 80s, 90s kid. I really say 90s because, that was my teenage years. So, that's when I really got into music. And, I was a grunge kid. Nirvana and the like. So I was always hoping if I ever had kids that one of them would turn out to like the music that I liked. Turns out I have two of them that like the music I like. My youngest daughter, she's like, meh, not really interested. But my oldest daughter, she, she's kind of found her own groove. She's actually going to a concert tonight, about an hour and a half away from her college, to see her favorite band, which we've seen together 3 times now, I think. It's a lot of concerts. But my oldest and my son got them both into kind of 90s grunge, especially my son. He's really into that. And took the whole family to go see the Foo Fighters on their last tour. We actually, me and my son and my oldest daughter actually went twice. We went beginning of the tour with everybody because it was local here, Virginia Beach, and then they played Raleigh at the end of the tour, and I bought tickets for that one, and me and my son and my daughter went. And anyway, that makes my heart happy, is that I can share that with my kids. I'm just going to put that down there for now. Get that out of the way. That we can all enjoy a band together, my favorite band. I don't give a shit what Dave Grohl did. Still, he's a pretty awesome human being in my book. And a badass musician. So, anyway, just wanted to share that. That I'm really happy my kids got into some music that I got into. All right, Keith. I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, Falling in Reverse is the band. Okay. I've heard it. I can't think of a single song. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to cut down a couple more of these strips. These 2-inch by 2-inch strips to make some table legs. And then I'll do some 1-inch. My bandsaw is not thick enough to resaw. So I'll keep it simple. I'll do 1 by 2 strips for the box I'm putting underneath the table. All right. I'm going to have to check them out. Like, I love checking out new music. Like, the band that my daughter likes is, funnily enough, called The Front Bottoms, which I told her was another name for a vagina. I took her to see them the first time she went, because she was only 14 at the time, I think. And I went. It was actually pretty, not a bad band. Like, not really my type of music, but not bad either. One of the opening bands, though, was awesome. Sydney Sprague. Like, she got the entire place just going. It was awesome. She has this one song about an ex-boyfriend called Fuck Steve. And the whole place is just like, fuck Steve, fuck Steve. It was great. Anyway, she got to meet her because she was at her own merch booth afterwards. And it was really cool. And then the second time we went to see them, Sydney Sprague opened for them again. And got to meet her again. It was pretty cool. And then we went a third time. And now she's going for her 4th show. And then probably a 5th in the winter when she comes home from college. Anyway, on the Dave Grohl thing, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend on YouTube looking up Dave Grohl's Play. It is one badass video if you haven't seen it. Like, I've got a shit ton of respect for that dude when it comes to music. He's an awesome musician. Okay, that's going to be the most straight. Is that open? What is going on there? Why is that locked? There we go. Didn't want to slide. Okay. It's going to take off just enough. This is going to be interesting. Cutting this piece. Oh, Queen? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, so when I was growing up, my dad's not on here right now. Yeah, he wouldn't let me listen to Queen because they were evil. And but Bohemian Rhapsody would come on the radio, and I'd be jamming to it. I love it, and some of their other songs and whatnot. Now that I'm an adult, I have a much greater appreciation for Freddie Mercury and Queen. It's a shame I never got a chance to see them live, because he died when I was pretty young. Apparently, Queen's Queen with it's not Adam Levine. Who the hell is it? Fuck, I forget who's the singer now. But apparently, it's pretty good. There's one of the other band parents went to see them last year, and they said it was a pretty awesome show. Like, it was definitely worth going to see. So that's interesting. That's not as flat as the other piece was, and not cut all the way through, but it was mostly there. Enough that, look at that, I can actually rip it off. I can hit it with a chisel. I have a freshly sharpened chisel thanks to Mike. Where the hell did I put that thing? Adam Lambert. There we go. Yeah, Adam Lambert. Apparently he's really, really good with the band. Which, next time they come around, I'm going to try to see them. Where did I put that friggin' chisel? This is not the one. I don't think. Well, maybe it is. That's fairly sharp. Let's see here. See if I can just knock this off. I just need it to be flat enough. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. Take off some of this crap. Yeah. No, I think they did. I think it was last year they did a tour. So I remember them saying something about that. But whether they did or didn't, it doesn't matter. They did go to see them. It was either last year or the year before. And they said it was pretty awesome. I'm like, that's cool. Shit. I'm going to have to take off a lot of this, aren't I? I'm just going to go ahead and rip that whole nasty bit out. Let's see what happens here. All right. Oh, damn it. That's a slab. Okay. So hopefully I can, let's do it this way. This is not as flat as the last one was. And this here, I am going to do a resin pour on it to fill all this in, and then I'll turn this into something. But I hate wasting a nice piece of cedar like that. It's still flat. All right, let's measure out our 2 inches. Maybe I can get another 1/16 out of this blade. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I'm going to have awesome boogers later. It's the best part about fucking working with stuff like this. Getting in the shower later. Blowing the shit out of my nose. Seeing all that crap come out. Let's see if I can get... Ah, son of a bitch. I got to replace the damn screw on this thing. On the handle. I lost it. I got to find a reverse threaded screw. Will it turn on? Ooh, she did! Alright. I'm not getting a whole lot of useful stuff out of this guy here. Although, that should be enough for a table leg. So, there's number 7. Do one more, and I can start doing 1-inch pieces. Alright. I know this is super exciting, guys. watching me rip down these boards. One of these days I'll have a nice bandsaw. Do it with a bandsaw, it'll be a lot easier. Nice big bandsaw. I just got a little rinky-dink thing. Let's see if that's there. Nope. Okay. She's good. She's good. Ah! What happened there? Why'd she jam up on me? Did I pop the breaker? Nope. I didn't see that. Ugh. So normally, whenever you're cutting, you want to get these holes to be above the work surface, above your board, to allow space to evacuate the dust, so it doesn't constantly build up in there, and it's resawing the same dust. Obviously, what am I? Oh, these are slightly off. Okay, that's fine. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use that as a leg or not, so I'm going to do another 2-inch cut. I can rip that down to 1-inch pieces later. Yeah, you want some space for the sawdust to evacuate. I am limited by the height of my table saw blade. Sometimes it does funky things. Okay, now I have my legs. So now I can do 1-inch pieces. It's a band that sucks butt. Cover, never heard of them. I'll just do 3/4. I want to get as many of these as I can. Ugh. That's pretty flat now. I can get rid of this auxiliary fence. This one's playing a lot better than the last one did. Got some Trojan. Hey, good night, soldier. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you did. Appreciate it. Oh, this is getting to be a wee bit wobbly. It's a bit flatter. That's why those cuts have been somewhat funky. Okay. That's cool. Gonna make it work. 3/4 of an inch. This one I'm actually not even gonna do that on. All right, a couple more of these, and then I'm done. Probably not going to get to assembling tonight. That's all right. My goal was to get these built. But I always knew that was kind of a lofty goal anyway. So it's fine. I'm cool with not reaching my goal. I still call it a success for tonight. Especially since I got to chat with you fine people. I am absolutely covered in sawdust right now, too. I should, in theory, be able to get everything I need from this last board. It's going to be fun to rip that last one. All right, let's see here. Move that in. A little bit too much. That should be good. All right, let's see here. All right, this last rip is going to be real interesting. This guy's going to be a sliver left over. I'm doing that the wrong way. Need to go the other way with it. There you go. Your thinner piece on the outside. Pro tip right there. All right, so that is there. Move that in just slightly. Nope, I'm going to cut it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. Let that fly. Okay. Actually, I can do it. The thicker one, right? Yeah, I'd rather have the more grip. If you don't have one of these gripper things, I recommend it. It's great. One thing I don't like about it, it's more probably just me, is keeping this to where it actually grips. I just probably need to wash it a lot more. I've never washed it. I don't know what else I can do to make it grip again. Whew! Man, it smells good in here. All right, so I've got my table pieces. Ooh, hold on a second. Just gonna take a quick moment here to use the outdoor toilet. I'm absolutely covered in sawdust right now. It's pretty awesome. All right. All right. Whew. Sorry, y'all. That was a lot of cutting and not a lot of excitement there. But yeah, so got all that stuff ripped down. Now I'm gonna have to cut everything to length on the miter saw. Let's drop this down. All right, drop that down. Move all that over there. Let's grab one of my slabs. Kind of mark this out. I'm not going to get to actually assembling tonight, I don't think. So I'm not going to meet that goal, but that's fine. Hey, good night, June. You're live with Suzanne at 1 o'clock. All right, I'll try to catch you there, June. And try to say hi. Central Standard. All right, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm about done for tonight anyway. I'm not going to get to where I wanted to get to, but I'll keep you guys posted on Sunday. Keith, I know you're not there, but if you happen to catch any of this later, I'll try to get you on the live on Sunday. Try to do it go live, and yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm going to leave that for tonight because I still have some other crap I got to do before I go to bed. So, hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's been fun. I definitely learned some things tonight. It's been interesting. And I'll show you guys the progress as soon as I get this done. Yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out. Go make something.